Hello, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and this is episode 22 in my Automate Everything Minecraft series. In today's episode, I plan to make a tier 2 version of the Void Ore Miner. Now, this Void Ore Miner actually has 6 different tiers, and I have a tier 1 version right here, and it's served me pretty well so far. It's gotten me a lot of stuff. But I would like to upgrade or make a new version, I guess, since I'm actually going to leave that one alone. I am going to make a tier 2 version. Now, there are several things that I need before I can do that, so I have actually gone ahead and made a lot of the stuff I'm going to need. Let's see here. Tier 2, it's somewhere right here. And it is made like this. It includes a Void Ore Miner controller tier 1 with a block of diamond, a laser lens, and it also includes these erodium blocks. Now, let me see here. To make the erodium blocks, you actually need erodium crystals, which you can only get from the Void Ore Miners. So you actually need a tier 1 version of this Void Ore Miner to get erodium crystals before you can actually go onto the tier 3. And then the tier, it's basically the same thing from here on up. To get the things that I need to build the tier 3 version, I need to have a tier 2 version active for a little while so that I can get the, let me see here, the chironite blocks, because you can only get those from the tier 2 Void Ore Miner and up, and so on and so forth. So anyways, I have everything I need for the Void Ore Miner here, and I actually don't have it in this system. I forgot about that. But let's grab a few things that we will need. We will definitely need some flux duct, so let's grab some of that. For right now, I'm also going to grab some of this. We need to grab some covered cables. And I would like to make some black ones because I will be using the dense black covered cables. So let's make some black ones if we can. So that should be more than enough. And then we're going to need some buses, some import buses. So actually, let's make at least like 3 of these. I have a feeling I'm going to make more than one of these this episode, but I'm not really sure. So let's get 3 import buses. Let's get some acceleration cards as well. These things aren't too expensive, and they will definitely help when I build the larger versions of the Void Ore Miners. So let's grab 12 of these. And then let's head on over to our other base. Actually, let's grab a few more things. Let's grab some facades and some stone covers. And some stone. So, and a wand. I keep thinking of things I need to grab, but that should be good. I have quite a bit of stuff done for this. The actual area I will have these Void Ore Miners will be in the basement of this building. I also want to kick this thing on real fast, so I can get these turbines spinning up. I believe they are actually on. They are. Actually need to throw a cover on this guy right here. Okay, so that's cool. And I have an area dug out. I have a basement, and if we go down, I have this large open area ready for my Void Ore Miners. And this will be, I'm going to put a lot of them down here. And eventually they'll all be tier 6 versions, but for right now we just can do the tier 2 version, which will be right here. The first one will anyways. But first we need to decide how exactly I'm going to route the power and the Applied Energistics system hookups. I guess I've actually already decided how I'm going to run that. I have 2 tunnels here, one for the flux duct and one for the Applied Energistics hookup. And we're just going to take this all the way down here. And let's build this from the bottom up, actually. I think that'll be a little bit easier. I keep hurting myself, but we're okay. So that should be power to almost the bottom there. And then I need the dense covered cable here. I really need to not like try to kill myself. Okay. And I'm stuck inside the cable. Okay, so that's better. And this is hooked up to my main Applied Energistics system in this base. So I can go ahead and block this wall up, and then we can head down. So I have this up here all kind of like taken away. That way I can run this cable. I think how I'm going to do this is the flex duct will be above, and it will be ran something like across here. I have made a lot of this stuff, so I can go ahead and use more than I'm going to use today because it's not really a big deal. And then the Applied Energistics cable can be run right underneath of it. So let's actually grab the stuff that we need for the void ore miner. So that would be the void ore miner controller, 32 structure frame tier 2s, 16 structure panels, 4 null modifiers, 3 laser cores, and a laser lens of any color. I've chosen the default clear laser lens for right now. So let's go ahead and install this. And we can double check everything is correct once we take the assembler and left click here. It actually, for whatever reason, doesn't show that I need the 4 null modifiers, or actually they can be any modifiers, but right now I can only make the null modifiers. But for whatever reason it doesn't show that. But if we right click here, it will throw them in and put them where they need to be. And let's see here. Perfect. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run the power from the top here. And I have 2 energy cells over here. Let's just throw that back in there. And I have 2 energy cells because I would like to see exactly what my power draw is going to be. And I can figure that out with the energy cells. So first off, I need to put a modular storage somewhere on the side here. And I think I'm going to do the right side. Let's grab this assembler out. While testing, I mined up those 2 things. So we're just going to keep those in there. And let's hook up these energy cells. And I actually only need to hook up one of them because we will have a source of power here. And yeah, let's just go ahead and use this as well. And then I just want to run this across the top here and run it directly down into this. Now I need to reconfigure this to be output on the bottom, and that should give this power, and we should start seeing this mine up some stuff. In the meantime, let's get our covered cable here, and let's get this all ready to hook up. I'm not actually going to hook it up quite yet, and you'll see why in a little bit. And I've just discovered a little issue here. What I'm going to actually do is, you know what, for right now this will be good, but I'm going to tidy that up a little bit later, I think. For right now it's just fine though. Okay, we've already got some coal, which is not super ideal, but whatever. And then lastly, I want to take my wand here and kind of tidy this all up. And we kind of know where our conduits will be because I've placed them down behind the wall there. Should be pretty easy to access them as we need. So I'm not too worried about covering it up for right now. Anyways, clearly we're getting power in here. And it is getting some stuff. Now let's calibrate this and see exactly how much this one void ore miner is taking up. Because currently I have a capacity of something like 20,000 RF per tick. And so knowing exactly how much this takes allows me to build more of these things. That way I can get as much stuff as possible with my 20,000 RF per tick. So let's see here. As we decrease the input, we should see this either pull its, actually, yeah. Theoretically, if it's using more than 2,000 RF per tick, this energy cell should start to drain at some point. I know in the past, at least in the last mod pack I played, you could actually see the buffer of the void ore miner in the tooltips if you hovered over the void ore miner controller. But in this particular mod pack, or after some update, apparently you can't do that. So it's a little bit harder to see exactly how much power we're using because this does have some sort of a buffer. But it seems... Okay, so it seems like it's not using a whole lot of power. So I'm just gonna leave this like, you know what, let's try to actually find out where it is. Okay, so it is ridiculously low power draw right now. Oh, whoops, did not mean to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna build, let's say at least a couple more of these things, and I can do that off camera because it's just kind of the same process. And I'm gonna build them, say right behind, so like one here and then one over there, and then I'm gonna be right back. So I've actually changed my mind just slightly about a little detail of what I'm gonna be doing. And that is, instead of adding 2 more void ore miner controller tier 2s, I'm actually going to make one of them instead a void resource miner controller tier 2. Now that's because what you get from the void resource miner is slightly different, and one of those things you can get is mica. And let me see if I can find that. It's this right here. And I want to get this because this is used in the crafting of the modifiers. Now, in the first void ore miner controller, or first void ore miner tier 2 that I made, I put null modifiers in. In the future, I would like to replace those with speed modifiers, which will allow it to mine resources faster. It will also use more power, but that's not really a big deal. It'll just operate a lot faster if I have these. The thing is, I need this mica, and that's the only place I can really get it. And so that's what we're going to be doing. You literally cannot find it in the world. You have to get it from these void resource miners. So let's go ahead and make a void resource miner tier 2 real fast. And I don't know if I need any more of those, but let's grab that. And then the tier 2 version, let's grab that. And these do use all of the same blocks. So essentially it will be the same exact structure, just the controller on top will be different. So I do have 2 energy cells. I have the flux duct here. Let me grab a few of these guys. I'm almost out of those. And then I think I can go ahead and set these 2 guys up. Now I'm going to be using the white laser lens with the void resource miner, and that is because, let me see if I can find the white laser lens here. With the void resource miner, it will allow me to find mica at a much higher rate than its base 0.23%. It will allow me to find it at 4.23%, which is quite a bit more. So let's go ahead and install these real fast. Go down this elevator, run over here, and go down this elevator a few times, and then we have ourselves here. So it is 7 by 7, these structures are. So here's one center, and that is golden. And you know what, let's just make a hole in the ground that is way too big. Shoot, I didn't mean to actually do that. And that should be 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be the center of the next one. And then let's rip up these guys. Okay, that should be good. Now we just need to lay down some cobblestone or something so that we can actually get the controllers down where we need them. This will be one controller, can be the second void ore miner. And then this one can be the void resource miner. And I believe I have everything that I need. And this is big enough over here, so let's go ahead and install these. And I do need to make sure that I put the right laser lens with the right one. So I think it's done. This is the clear laser lens. That is exactly what we want to see. That way this one can be the white laser lens. Okay, I think that's done, and it is. So now what we can do is we can go ahead and set these modular storages up. And one can be here. This one can be here. Now let's do our power hookup. Out on the bottom and in the top. That's fantastic. Out in the bottom and in the top. And hopefully how I have this done is neat enough that it will make expansion of this these systems easier. I think it should be pretty easy. I think I've done this pretty well. I will have to kind of move the location of these because as you go of the void ore miners, that is, because as you go up in tier they typically get bigger. The footprint of the tier 2 version and the tier 1 version is actually the same 7x7 base. The tier 2 version, I believe, is one taller, though. So that's one thing to consider. I have already got quite a bit of stuff here. And I'm not going to put the import buses on here just quite yet because there's something I want to do before I actually do that. And that is I want to run upstairs. And, whoops. I didn't set that up super well, but let's actually see how far these guys have spun up. They're almost all the way spun up, actually. And they don't have any buffer, but that's because I think I just hooked up those two batteries that are completely dry to the system, so they're probably pulling all the charge. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take all of these out so that this system has a bunch of nothing in it for right now. We're going to run over here. And then let's deposit what we can real fast. We do need these things. So let's get the old MEIO port and sort what we can get rid of. And then let's actually, before we do that, get rid of anything that actually has stuff in it or doesn't have stuff in it. So all that stuff got sorted into this system. Let's make some fresh drives. That's the plan here. So I think let's go with 16K units for right now. Let's make 10 of these guys up. So for 10 of these, we need 30 of these, and for 30 of those, we need 90 of these. So we need to make 90 of these guys. And we are not using the pure Certus. We are using no, let's use this Certus. So I need 90. I made more than 90. That's cool. Let's go 4K next. I need 30 of these guys. Okay, so I can make exactly 30. Because I need more quartz glass. But that's not really a problem. Because I have a bunch of crushed Certus. So next, let's make the 16Ks. And there should be 10 of those. There is. And then we can make these 16K storage cells. Okay, so that's 8, 9, 10. Cool. And I'm doing all of this because if I keep this system completely with nothing in it as of right now, except for one cyanide from a reactor, I know that everything that comes into the system will be from that system downstairs that I just built. So I have some refined uranium, or some refined uranium that I'm going to dump in here for the 2 reactors there so that they have some fuel. And now we can hook up those void ore miners, their modular storage units, to this Applied Energistics system. And then that way we will know exactly what we are getting from this system that we've just built, and we can build our ore processing as necessary. So we need to add the import buses with acceleration cards. We don't need the acceleration cards probably at this point, but it is probably a good idea to have them just because in the future I will definitely need them. A lot of ice. We've already got some mica, which is fantastic. Hopefully I can get some quick enough that I can do a little bit of testing this episode, because I would like to see exactly what the expansion of these guys, or what the replacement of the null modifiers do to the energy consumption. Because right now it looks like it's drawing less than 150 RF per tick, which is ridiculously small because, like I've shown, I have over 20,000 RF to play with these things, and right now I'm using, I don't know, an estimated 450 of that 20,000. So yeah, we can definitely do a little bit better. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go away. I'm going to put some stone in this floor here to make it look better. I'm going to also wait for some mica to appear into my Applied Energistics system. And hopefully I can get some of that fairly quickly, and then I'm going to be right back so we can add on to our void ore miners downstairs. One more thing I can do while I wait on my system to acquire some mica is to add a wireless terminal to my Applied Energistics system. And that will make some things a lot easier. So let's go ahead and look at exactly what we need. We need an ME terminal. It also requires a security terminal, which I've already built. But let's go ahead and see exactly how to make one of these. So I want the regular Certus to be used here. Let's actually just drop one into my inventory because I feel like I'm going to need more of these. So I need at least 8 of these guys to make a dense energy cell, which for whatever reason will not shift click correctly, but that's fine. So now I need one more thing here, I think. I need this wireless receiver, which I need a flux pearl. I think I'm going to need 2 of these, so let's go ahead and make 2 of them. And then a wireless receiver with the wireless terminal. Now this will need to be charged, so let's go ahead and throw that in our little charging mechanism over here while we work on the other things we'll need. We have the security terminal, like I said. That's one of the things we need. We also need some wireless boosters and a wireless access point. So let's grab a wireless access point, which apparently is pretty easy to make. And we will definitely need some wireless boosters because this adds to the range. It also requires a little bit more energy to run. So let's get some ender dust here. So we can pulverize ender pearls. And that's, okay, so that's going to be our ticket here. Let's do that many. That should be plenty. Okay, let's see here. The wireless, or this should be charged. It is. So that's good to know. See here, do we have, okay, so that should be good enough for now to make some wireless boosters. It keeps doing that to the recipe. So 32, that should be all right. Let's run over here and install this real fast. Let's also take a look at what we have so far. 2 mica, which is nice, because that is enough to make 1 speed upgrade, I believe. It's red. I know that. Okay, speed modifier. Yes, it requires 2 mica. A bunch of redstone, and I have these yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce that. I do have some of these though. You get them from the void ore miners, so that's cool. Let's go ahead and install this real fast. So I like to put the wireless access point right up here, and then we just throw the boosters in. Right now it doesn't have very much range, but it also doesn't take very much energy. If we throw those in, it will take quite a bit more energy, which we need to monitor over here. It looks like we're dropping, so what we can do is we can just adjust the rods here real fast. I do have them pushed in as far as you can go, so I'm not gonna be hurting or anything by pulling them out 1 more %. But now we should be fine. Okay, cool. And now we need to install the security terminal and then link our wireless terminal. So actually, I should probably go back here. And let's go ahead and install the security terminal like right here. And then how we link this is we just throw this in here and it is linked, as you see right there. So hypothetically, if I use this, I should see all of what's in our system, which I do. That's fantastic. So we have a bunch of stuff already. Nether quartz, yeah. It's cool. So let's grab some mica and let's try to make some speed upgrades. So we're gonna have to go back to my other base real fast. And when I say some speed upgrades, I can only make 1 at this point. So first we need to make a null modifier, which is interconnect with iron and glass. And then a speed modifier is made like so. I don't think I have the blocks of redstone yet, so let's go ahead and make some of those. You know what, let's just make a stack, whatever. And then, like I said, I have everything else. So, what I can do is, now let's hop, jump, and skip over here. Let's go down here. Okay, let's make sure that all of these are connected real fast. It looks like they are because there's nothing in here. That's fantastic. I'm actually going to add the speed modifier to the second void ore miner. And let's hit this all the way to 0 real fast. Okay, so the energy cell is dropping. That's cool. I just realized I never put stone down here, but that's okay. I can fix that soon. And then that should fire back up. And let's see exactly how much power this uses. Okay, so it's dropping at 200 RF per tick, so it's using more than 200 RF per tick. We have already determined that this uses less than 150 RF per tick. Oh, you know what? Let's try to see if we can't get this to be perfect. I didn't realize you could do by ones. 5. Okay, so that's down still. That's down still. Okay, so it's about 144 RF per tick without a speed modifier. Now let's see. Okay, so that's positive. That's positive. That's still positive. That's really close. 230 hour per tick seems to be exactly what this one's using, whereas this one's real close to 144. For whatever reason, it actually seems to be between like 143 and 144. I don't even know how that's possible, but whatever. Anyways, so it is increasing the power usage, but it should also be producing more stuff, and that's exactly what we want to see. Between episodes, I will definitely replace all of the null modifiers with speed modifiers as I get the necessary mica to do that. But I think this is a good wrapping up point. So in today's episode, I essentially installed 3 void ore miners, tier 3, actually not 3 of them, but 2 of them, and 1 tier 2 version of the void resource miner. And that's just to get mica so that I can add speed modifiers to these other void ore miners here so I can get more stuff from them, because I already have the power to do so. And I think that's pretty much all I did. Besides, I also added a wireless access point so I can wirelessly access my Applied Energistics system over here, and that's going to be pretty fantastic because that will make things easier in the future. So that will be a really nice luxury to have. Anyways, if you liked today's episode, give it a like. If you like automation in modded Minecraft, subscribe to my channel because that's kind of what I do. Signing off, I am Minecraft Phenom 08, and I will see you next time.